Hello everybody and welcome back to HOI4. This is Black Prince Gaming. We're back on vanilla HOI4 today, starting in 1936, and we are going to be playing as Portugal. So we're going to do historical, we're going to do Iron Man. There might be the chance that we'll go for some achievements, but we'll see how it goes. But the sort of main focus here is we're going to be bringing back Portuguese colonialism and the Portuguese Empire. So without further ado, let's jump into the video and see where we go first. First thing we're going to do is go for a Estado Novo, because we want to go down this focus tree with a royal wedding and all of this, because this is what's slowly going to hopefully bring South America back into the fold for us. Let's go ahead and toggle that off, and then let's have a look at research. Okay, not many research slots, that's not amazing. We're going to go for that, and we're going to go for electronic mechanical engineering, because we need more research speed if we've got limited slots. Okay, got a basic army to start with, so we'll get them out. We'll probably just get them training, just so we can try and get a little bit of incoming army XP. And then what are we doing factory wise? I guess we probably are a civilian economy, so is there any nice states to build up first and foremost? I guess we could look to build up some of these. I believe as well we have some African land, if that's right. Okay, yeah, we do, but nothing of note yet to really build up. Like, building up for one rubber doesn't really feel worthwhile, so we'll go with that. There we go, so a royal wedding has now been completed, so we'll continue down the return of the Duarte. And now we can stir monarchist sentiment as well, so we're going to start stirring monarchist sentiment in Brazil. I think that's probably going to be for the best. Do we want to stir it really within our own government? I don't know if we need to so much. Let's get an advisor as well. Do we have a silent workforce or someone like that? Oh, a technocrat could be quite good. Consumer goods, industrialist. There we go, that's perfect. Political power gain and support for unaligned, which is what we want anyway. That's such a good guy to have. So now we should get political power, which I always go for political power early doors, because then you get more political power, which means that you're more likely to be able to appoint someone else. So it's just a snowball effect of, you know, like, well, a snowball effect of, you know, getting political power. So I always find that's the best. Oh, and there we go, there's the nationalist civil war, so we got better be ready in case that spirals, or in case we can intervene at all. Okay, so we've got some monarchist uprising support now going on in Brazil. We're now going to start doing our own, which is going to hurt us, but we need to basically immediately go down this as well afterwards, to try and just gain as much, well, to give us as much chance basically of keeping the stability up so we don't go into a civil war. I've not actually done this before, so I don't exactly know if I'm going to get the timing right to sort of have, well, to not have a civil war happen essentially. But you know, we're going to try it. Hopefully this will work out for us, but I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But yeah, because this is going to give us ticking weekly stability going down. I have done anti-fascist raids in hopes that my stability will tick up as well, so it might be a little bit higher than it's meant to be at the moment in time, but I guess we'll just have to see if that really works out. Okay, so there we go. We have just had the focus pass, and like I said, I do think that was the right way to do it, to sort of speed run getting straight to that, because that has saved us from having sort of any issues. I'm trying to see what might be best here. Form the Royal Iberian Alliance, so would that just put us into an alliance with them? I don't think we want that. I think we'd rather actually go in for the war and take out the Spanish. But anyway, let's go down for the Empire of Brazil. I think no matter what I do here, this is going to start a civil war, because I've glanced over at Brazil and their stability is so low. So the focus is just about to complete. There we go, the Empire of Brazil. Did it work? Okay, did I misread that? If Brazil is not non-aligned, but has less than 50% stability. Ah, okay, so if they're not non-aligned, they were already non-aligned, so I guess that is fine. And now we can do the Kingdom Reunited. Yeah, let's go for the Kingdom Reunited, which hopefully will sort of start to reunify us together. But either way, it's going to really help us out with a lot of buffs there. Okay, so I guess we have the Empire of Brazil. Are they a puppet of ours now? No, they're just an ally, so that's fine. Okay, I guess we'll wait and see what happens there then, with that focus. But yeah, this has gone very easy so far. I was very much expecting a civil war to have to be fought, but you know, if I don't have to fight it, that's even better. And there's dispersed industry as well, so let's immediately go down the next slot, just so we can start to continue to build up our economy. Brazil accepts the unification. Here we go. So there we go. We are now the United Kingdom of Portugal and Brazil. So yeah, and you can see our manpower pool has obviously went up quite massively. And is this all core states? Yeah, they're all core states of ours, so yeah, that's very handy. Yeah, all of it's cored, which is great. And now we can look maybe to gain claims on further South American territory, or do we now come over and begin our policies over here? Here we go. Oh, we could eventually integrate Mozambique and Angola. Okay, but let's go for this first. Public works, let's start building up the mainland and our homeland. So now that we've obviously built up a base, I'm just hard focusing down industry. We're going to go this side to get better industry and that plus 10% construction speed, because I think that's overall going to win out over getting, I think it's 3 more factories. That's the hope here anyway, and I should be able to get up the industry tax faster, which obviously will be better for us. And then we're going to look to go down, you know, some of these military focuses to get some military industry, maybe another research slot as well, which would be really handy. Oh, this is actually really good. Getting 2 more military factories and helping support our artillery a bit more. So yeah, just going to keep going down stuff, build up our industry, build up our base here. We got an extra research slot, so we will immediately go and put that on getting faster, better tech. We're going to try and be a bit more technocratic, so just building better units. Hopefully we'll build a nice air force as well, is another aim I might have, but we'll have to see. That'll all depend basically on how the war develops, but I'm hoping I should be able to get some sort of air force up, even if it's a light air force, but just out-competes the enemy. So yeah, we'll keep working on that. I'm going to try and look to maybe take over Spain, or at least make a Spanish puppet or something. I think that would be pretty good for us, so we're going to work on that too, but I'm going to let them win their civil war first before I look for any action there. Okay, here we go. So, like I said, I'm just kind of playing for the fun of it. We might go for an achievement here, and if I'm going to, it's going to be one of the hardest achievements, which is this. Go ahead and map up my day. Oh god, I actually just realised what that means. We'll have to end up going to all the allies probably to get all of that land. But either way, to do that, we have done the collaboration governments. We've actually put collaboration governments across all of our territories here. So, in hopes that they'll build up their industries and obviously give them to us as puppets, because yeah, they'll be at the lowest stage of autonomy. So hopefully, and as well, it should allow us to take lots more land in a peace deal if we get one. But what I have done as well is I've sent an attaché to China, which not only will it get me loads of army experience from the attaché, but what it will also do is it will help the Chinese fight the Japanese just that little bit more, which I'm hoping will prolong this conflict here and maybe allow me time to then strike in as I want to. But you know, we'll have to see how that works. But yeah, it's going to give them more support, so hopefully that will keep them a little bit more secured. Just while, in the meantime, while I build up and look to see where I'm going to conquer next. Okay, here we go. We got the decision here to deal with fascism, which will give us war goals against fascist countries. Do we want to go with that right now? Oh, I've clicked it and it cannot be cancelled, so I guess the answer is yes, we are going to go for that right now. It doesn't send us into war, does it? Oh god, that could be terrible if it does. No, okay, so it just sets us on a path towards that. That's fine, that's okay. We can work with that. Just need to make sure that we are producing the equipment that we need. There we go, so we are mass producing artillery, and obviously we'll start to work on the new planes as soon as we've got them. So in 115 days we can start producing planes, which should be very, very beneficial. Hopefully we could go in against our enemies here. Okay, so there we go, Germany has declared war on Poland, so that is the official start of the Second World War. And I guess while they're distracted, let's go ahead and do it. Let's declare war on the Spanish. Let's get our guys moving as quick as they can. It's immediately giving me something to do. We don't want to do that just yet. What we do want is we want to get this guy who's going to help our artillery just have a bit more attack and a bit more strength to it. You guys are going to go up here, grab up supply, grab up ports. You're going to come in there and see what you can't sweep up maybe. There you go. Just expand those fronts because we do outnumber the Spanish at the moment in time, so we've got to take advantage of that while we can, gain more land, gain more territory while they're weak. Let's quickly pump out these other 6 units as well, and we can send them to hopefully fill up the front lines. You're going to go up here to build bow. Maybe even just snake along, just so we've got this sort of rolling front line that's going to really mess with their supply. And sort of cause them to have to leave huge gaps in the front. Go to Ciudad Real. You're going to actually go up from here and go straight for Madrid. Let's see if we can't grab the capital like that. You guys push for Valladolid. Valladolid? I don't even know. But either way, you're pushing to Madrid eventually. That's kind of the main goal there. We just want to try and make a huge encirclement if we can to the Spanish. Like, let's take them. Okay, what can we research? Let's make sure that we are researching advanced machine tools now that we're into 1939. You guys here, help out with that. Let's get the break. Take Salamanca as well if you're there. And head to Madrid that way. Yeah, just keep exposing their territory really. Keep them exposed, keep them sort of under pressure. Don't give them time to reorient and reorganize. Okay, come on, go for it. Surely you can break somewhere like this. Does look like they're holding well. Do we have the unplanned offences? No, okay, there's not unplanned offences, so at least that's going in our favour. You guys come out here, let's keep going for it. Just keep expanding wherever you can. I guess let's micro a little bit more down here. So make sure you're sweeping up all of this railway and get to Malaga. You guys see if you can't break across there. You're going to actually come around the back and see if you can't take Cadiz. But yeah, just anywhere we can take land really. Ah, the Italians have actually sent troops here. Obviously the Germans won't because the war has started for them. But the Italians being here will obviously cause us a few problems. No, we're keeping our attaché, please. You're going to hold him there while he snakes in. You're going to come here. You're going to go there to Toledo. There we go, we've actually encircled the Italians here. So that's quite good. Let's make sure that people are railroading into where they need to be, helping defend. You're going to come up here. You're going to also attack in at the Italians there. Okay, no you're not. You're going to go attack in there. Let's kick them straight out. Take this tile back, take this province. You guys get back in at Salamanca. Okay, it is the Italians basically that are doing damage against us here. because obviously our troops aren't fully equipped yet, and them having support from someone like that is obviously not helping, and you can see the damage they do to our units there. Yeah, they got him just before we managed to get a guy in there. That's a real pain. Did manage to actually cut off these guys down here in Seville, so that's really handy. Means that we can just completely work on getting them crushed out and sorted. And there's the new engine as well, so now we can start to develop our new fighters, which are basically just going to be complete improved small airframes. They're going to have the best engine we got, so that level 3 engine, 4 heavy machine gun, 4 heavy machine gun and 4 heavy machine gun. Don't need anything else on them. Oh, well, let's change that design though, so they're a little bit nicer looking. Let's get them actually, I like the look of that. Let's go with that, on that, and then let's work on producing those. Hopefully we'll be able to get a good number of them out and ready for fighting. But yeah, that should go pretty nicely for now. Now we just got to hold off for a moment while we basically get our army ready for the counter-offensives and pushes. Just had to make a very vital manoeuvre. Now it may not seem like it, but there is a clear reason we went up here, and that is so we can actually get trade without using convoys to France. So by having that border, we now don't have to use convoys in our trade, which is absolutely huge. So, yep. Seems like a weird thing to be doing, but very, very necessary. Okay, you hold him there. You're going to actually move down into this portal. Yeah, secure that. And then we'll continue to crush in against those guys as and when we can. So you three actually going to go hit them as well there. You're actually going to come down, hit them. We just want to try and push them all into one tile where we can easily secure them and make the damage that we sort of need against them. Just keep taking any sort of major victory points you can. How are they actually doing? Okay, Madrid could actually end this. I think, actually I don't know what they've got cored and not, because they don't actually have everything cored from the start. So you guys see if you can't come across the river. Okay, come on. You're going to help out there. You're going to help out. Come on. Nice and simple. I wonder if we're actually stopping Italy from joining the war. I know it's still early for Italy to join the war, but you normally don't see them join the war on schedule anyway. So I wonder if we're actually doing any damage that way by just keeping them out of the war. Okay, go for Madrid, just push round, let's go for it. Anywhere that you can, we need to be making ground. Okay, one of you go there, one of you go there, another one of you attack in there, and then hopefully this guy comes around and makes that just that nice bit more secure. Here we go, take out the Italians there, lovely. Yeah, I think this is some very, very good damage that we're making. Okay, pin them back there. Let's go, we've moved in on Madrid. You're going in. Perfect, we've actually taken out Spain. Okay, so I believe we had claims on this state, so that might actually help us out here. But obviously these are all cores. But we now do have the nationalist Spanish in our faction and as our puppet, so that is really good. So we'll work on obviously reducing their autonomy as well over time. And then maybe we'll even look to integrate them at some point, but yeah. That's gone very well for us, that first war. Let's make sure that we're building up these states, especially the ones with resources. We just want them as developed as possible so we can take all of that. Okay, here we go, the naval invasion of Caracas. There we go, we've taken it. That is great. And now we're going to sweep up everywhere along the coast, and hopefully that should be well, everything secured that we need. So you come out of there, yeah. I need you to stop doing that attack. I need you guys to hold Caracas. Hopefully that should be them almost capitulate straight. Oh my god, wait, what? They joined the Axis? Oh. Okay, we're going to join the UK. And there we go, we actually got an achievement for that. So we got BFFs as Portugal joined the same faction as Great Britain. So it's actually quite nice to get that. Let's make sure, is our navy still out here? It is. That's great then. We'll go ahead, we'll shove in another group whose whole thing will just be to have submarines, and you guys are going to convoy raid this exact same region. Hopefully do some good damage there. Can't believe we've ended up in the same faction as the British. Doing pretty well, we're feeling pretty confident, secure, having this nice global empire that we wanted. Come on, attack in there at San Felix. And there we go, Venezuela has capitulated now. So let's get all the guys back to Europe. Get them back, get them ready, and I guess now we'll have to see if we can't help out fight the Germans. Or I guess as long as we leave Spain out of this, we don't actually need to go into the fight at the moment in time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send these guys across the world over to the Guangxi Clique, and we're going to see if we can't do some damage there maybe against some of our enemies. So let's grab all of them. That's a good group of units that are going to head over that way. We'll send them around and we will work on a new group back home who will be like a defensive unit. So let's start with 12, we'll do 2 lots of them, and obviously we'll deploy them out of Lisbon or somewhere into our homeland so they can help defend and potentially be part of the re-invasion of Europe at some point. But yeah. Okay, here we go. The war with the Soviets just started with Germany, so I've actually just joined the Soviet Union. We're now going to declare war. We're going to keep the game paused for a second because we want to micro this heavily. This early part of this is vital. We want to call in Macau on the Japanese Guangxi War. I'm assuming that's the right one. Makes most sense to be that one. Okay, there we go, there we go. Let's also then have a bunch of you hitting there. And then you guys are going to shift click there. Help out with that for a moment. Shift click. And then you actually get shift click the Guangzhou port as well, because obviously that would be of vital importance if we could take that. Okay. We need to just basically break out Atal is kind of the most vital part right now. There we go, we've made our break. So we've now broken out Atal, that's great news. Now we can look to secure other tiles along the way. So like here for example, let's go up there. Let's also grab half of you to go up there. Actually just all of you go in there at the moment. Okay, just keep heading along, keep heading to where we can find support. But ultimately we've managed to break out of these tiles, which is very important to us. Let's actually change this front line and get it back to just a shift clicked one. Yeah, there we go. Okay. We're in, we're holding, that's what we need. U7 got for that, U4 hold them there. Maybe U18 support attack that, yeah, there we go, we're making our expansion out here. Okay, so 2 of you at that. Pin these guys, let's just keep them held. There we go, make the encirclement on them. And there we go, we keep pushing across in any open tiles we have. And yeah, you guys just focus down killing those units, while you guys focus expanding the pocket that we've made here. Hopefully we just continue to increase sort of, well, increase our breach, increase sort of the amount of land that we hold, especially if we can take some of these ports, but obviously that's across a heavy river at the moment, so we just keep moving where we can, wherever's free. Let's see if we can't snake down, take this island, because that could be quite nice for a new bit of supply. We should have some good air coverage now. Yeah, the Air Force was just transferring airports, so that's why we had low for a moment in time. Okay, get down there, secure the island. And everyone else, make sure you're railroading along, getting into where you need to be. Ensuring that we've got these tiles secured where we want them. Okay, pin them there if you can. Keep them held. Okay, we might need a few guys to go down here, so grab these four. You're going to head down there. The rest of you, make sure you're moving across and securing. But yeah, we are securing quite a nice little breachhead now into China. There we go, creating a sizable pocket here against the Chinese. We've taken out the Guangxi clique, so now it just is actual main China that we're fighting, as well as some of these warlords up to the north. Obviously, on the capitulation of main China, we should have the war done. We've got 13% war participation, which isn't great, but obviously it's going to help us quite a bit. I might actually go aggressive across the line for our assault now. Let's pull back. Let's make sure that these guys have staff office plan, or at least some of them do. And then we will do a full offensive across the line and hope that we can crush them out. Okay, you guys get round. Half of you are going to attack in to help finish this. Come on, together you can surely take that. Maybe grab another half of you, send them there. Let's get the hydroelectric dams. Yeah, we're just going to build up the colonies now. That seems like the best thing to do. Let's basically open up both those. Yeah, come on. Surely we can take him, then that's Yunnan gone. Perfect, Yunnan's capitulated. And now we stretch the front line once more. People should be heading round to defend, and hopefully we should get it. Chongqing has fallen. Where even's the next capital? Kamdo. Okay, move up there. Oh, there's a lot of lag spikes. I'm sort of thinking this might be the fall of China at some point here. Let's have a look. They are 92% towards capitulating, so need a little bit further, need a little bit more. There we are, we now have taken a good bit of land from Porto, Brazilian China, and now we're going to go in against the Japanese to try and reclaim the rest of China. Okay, so we're going to leave the episode off there. If you want to see what comes next, stay tuned for part 2, which will be coming out as the next video on this channel. But yeah, we will obviously be looking to go in against Japan, probably continue the war in Europe, so yeah, keep posted and be ready for the next part. And while you're there, leave a like, comment, subscribe down below, and let me know what you'd like to see next on this channel.